Name's Holden Caulfield. What exactly are you doing in this happy place of mine? I mean, there is no such thing as a true happy or peaceful place, because no matter where you go, someone is always going to end up dirtying or compromising it for you, so I guess I just have to continue living and learning, even though both activities have really worn their charm out long ago, if they even had charm in the beginning. So what are you doing here? Just relaxing like me. Are you going through just a walk about town to kind of catch up with your existential crises that you've missed during your studies? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I spent a lot of time, well, actually I didn't spend a lot of time studying because I failed out. I flunked out, but my mind was just kind of all warped and wrapped around those books that I wasn't even picking up. But like, now that I have some free time to kind of realize that I could really do anything, it's like I like taking advantage of that. So I've just been walking around town, pondering, experiencing, living life. Trying to smoke this goddamn cigarette. And it's so phony too. The flame is phony, the cigarette is phony, everything is phony. Everything in life is phony. Have you ever noticed that? Literally everything in life is phony. Phony, 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 phony. It's like Hollywood's phony. School is so phony. School pretends to be this sort of like place where they educate children and make them smarter, but in reality they're making them dumber by making them into these cogs in this machine. Inside this machine, they're making them develop their ignorance. It's so disastrous. Like, instead of allowing them to be critical thinkers and to actually kind of think outside of the box, they keep them inside the box to kind of make sure that they know exactly what their routine is going to be like. Homework is just unpaid overtime for them. They're getting them used to the corporate life, making them understand that sometimes you're going to have to work at a very quick rate, learn as much as you possibly can within that rate, even if it seems like it's an impossibility and that it's unfair and inhumane to actually force people to keep up with these expectations. They're going to make them do that, no matter what their age, no matter what their ability is. They're going to force them to do that because that's how they weed out the workers from the losers. That's the whole motivation for school. That's why I'm so glad I got to be expelled from Pensy Prep. Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep, Pensy Prep. It's truly just disgusting. You know what else is disgusting? I started having this very sad thought a little while ago. It was a sad thought where I was like, I was about to hook up with a prostitute, right? Just because, like, my sex life is basically terminal. Like, the problem that I have is that I have to really, 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 really like a girl before I actually, like, you know, do the act. And because of that, it's like, I just can't. I don't like anyone. Like, I can't like anyone that much. And so whenever I get down to that situation, it's like, the desire is just not there. And it's like, I'm just back out. It's not cool, man. Anyways, I was about to hook up with a prostitute just to kind of get myself out of that dry spell, and it didn't work out either because I just backed out, and I was still expected to pay, and it was just phony, just nonsense. This is what you call a business. Anyways, so I was about to do that, but anyways, the sad thought that I got inside my head was that I ended up imagining her going inside like this retail shop or any sort of like commercial business and just purchasing something and having like the cashier or the security or whoever was around, like any other human being around, kind of look at her and think, oh wow, there goes like a normal girl. But it's like, she's not a normal girl. Like, they don't know what she's doing behind closed doors, literally. And that's something that kind of really saddened me, to be honest, because it was like, no one really knows who they're dealing with from day to day, who they're interacting, who's passing them by, like what exactly is their life like behind closed doors. And it's like, it truly blows my mind, because when you take that one step further, it's like no one really knows what goes on behind your forehead, this mind behind your skull. Like, we're permanently destined everyone to be phony, because it's like we can't actually encapsulate every thought we have within our physical manifestation, because otherwise it's just not possible. Like, it's anyways. that's what I've been kind of pondering over for the past night, to be honest. You know, when I got expelled, I just left at the night, and then I just started walking around and wandering, and now I'm here, just kind of relaxing, thinking over everything that's happened. My sister's Kate's prostitute, everything. Anyways, yes, I did hear about that. The whole me inspiring multiple murderers. To be honest and to be fair, it's not like I inspired them. They themselves were broken in their minds. People just use me as some sort of icon to relate to, since I'm fictional. Like, if they try to relate to a real human being, they'll end up being wrong, because they can't just pretend that this human being is exactly how their mind wants them to be. Like, at least with like characters, they can shape and mold them and cut them into exactly how they need them to fit within their expectations, their reality, their wants. While with another human being, you can't do that, because you have to take them for how they are, because they will make you, if they're confident enough, take them for how they actually are. Like, they won't expect you to just try and cut them and mold them into exactly what you need them to be. And so whenever there's another human being who's all like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna take inspiration from Holden and actually, like, I don't know, murder John Lennon, then it's like, God, I hate telephones. There's always another person on the other side, and it's like, I don't want to hear your phony voice, I don't want to hear that phony shrill, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to be at peace. But no, there's never going to be a moment when you're at peace. It's all just so phony. Everything gets destroyed, everything gets corrupted. Anyways, I'm gonna try this again. God damn it. Even these flowers are so phony. These flowers are phony. Like, is there anything real in life? No, the answer is no. Like, the only thing real is within the confines of your mind, and even then, it's not all that real, because within a month, you're probably not even the same person you were a month ago. Like, everything changes, nothing's real. None of us are static enough to actually be considered real. The only thing that could be considered real is maybe a stone, and even then you can obliterate a stone, smash to pieces, and it's no longer the same stone that it was before. So is there anything actually permanent within this world? No, there's nothing that's permanent. Why take this world so seriously in that case? Why do we have to actually go to Pensy Prep or any sort of prep school? Why go to school in general and try to slaughter through our entire time trying to kind of fit and mold within their expectations? It's truly... Anyways, back to my point though. We always try to fit the people within our lives, like characters within our wants and desires, our expectations of them. And I think that a lot of people who end up identifying with me, or people who are similar to me, kind of have this misconception. And so it's just, it's fake deep, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but like fake deep F-boys, basically. All of them. Fake deep F-boys. They all believe that they're so deep because they know a couple of quotes by Charles Bukowski, and because they are so cynical, and because they can, like, I don't know, like, that they hate everyone, and automatically they're the most intelligent person on the planet, the most perceptive, when in fact they're just kind of a douche, like they're kind of a cunt. So it's like, anyways, I think if you end up meeting someone like me, you should run for the hills, because at least with me, I just kind of walk out and have an existential crisis and just like walk around town trying to keep to myself, and at least try to keep to myself, and try to, like, you know, think about my thoughts. But like, usually my types of people expect others to make them happy. They're like, yes, I need just one person to actually make me happy and give me purpose in life. And in reality, you can only do that for yourself. But to be honest, only the ignorant, or, I mean, those who accept their circumstances, I guess, could be happy as well. But I'm cynical, so I always have to maintain that cynicism no matter what sort of conclusions I derive to. But people who are content with their circumstances are the ones that are truly happy. Like, if you can make a grand occasion out of anything, then you're pretty much gold. But if you're like cynical, even when you live in the most beautiful place, even if you eat the most delicious food, even if you have the greatest life ever, you're never going to be happy. And then these same people expect that there's going to be someone out there that ends up coming along and fixing them, as if they're some sort of machine and not a fleshy prison for thoughts. And it's like, no, no one's going to fix you. You have to fix yourself, because it's all a matter of mind. It's another conclusion I came to, on top of everyone being phony. Movies are phony. They always try to demonstrate how life should be, how human interaction should be, how emotion should be, but in reality they're not. I mean, their portrayal of love is so possessive and just possessive, intense, but they never ever show you what happens after the happy ending, and they lived happily ever after. How exactly do we know that? Because you literally just finished the movie after the wedding. Doesn't the misery start at the marriage point? It's truly phony, to be honest. This cigarette is so phony. Everything about me is phony. Except for this little burn mark, but the dust is temporary as well. As soon as I just kind of wash it off, it'll go away just like everyone else in my life. I hope. No, I haven't told my parents yet that I got expelled. Why would I want to do that? I'm trying to hold that off to the last moment. It's something that I'm not really looking forward to. Anyways, yeah, I had arrangements to meet up with my sister, my little sister. She's okay. Anyways, let me try this again. Hopefully it works this time. Nope, didn't work that time either. It's never gonna work out, unfortunately. I feel like nothing ever is gonna work out. Nothing in life ever really works out. Haven't you ever noticed that? We're all just doomed to repeat our same mistakes over and over again. It's kind of like our cross to bear until we recognize those mistakes and kind of figure out a solution as to how to avoid them. But even then, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a dent in a bread pan. We're just permanently scarred with this flaw. And it's something that's quite unbearable. But anyways, how have you been? What have you been doing? Good observation. Those questions were phony. I don't really care. But I mean, it's kind of the same premise as whenever you meet someone and at the end you kind of say, glad to meet you. You don't really mean that you're glad to have met them. You just say that because, otherwise you just want to keep alive. It's like, but anyways, I digress. How have you been? Miserable. Perfect. We're in the same club. Anyways. God damn it. Back to my John Lennon point. People often want to identify with me because they relate to my cynicism, to my way of seeing the world. And to be honest, if someone sees the world the way I do, despite the fact that yes, I do have some validity in my points, but if someone actually sees the world I do, and yet makes this force, the effort to still be social for some reason, but still maintains this character within their social life, there's just such a bummer, to be honest. The cool thing about me is that I just kind of run solo. Sure, I have certain, friends and people that I hang out with in a social situation, or at least I had them back at prep school. But if I actually tried going out with someone, or if I actually tried, making friends with people, and I was this way, saying that everything's phony, everything's miserable, not being happy with anything, oh my god, goddamn. Anyways, I'm kind of tired of this situation. I just popped to that, whatever that thing is. Oh well. I think I'm just gonna retire back and just kind of head home. Maybe talk about what happened with my parents. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just walk around and continue pondering about how I can literally do anything that I want. It's just a matter of the fact that society kind of keeps me within these parameters, because that's how it forced me to, it's like we're all like cattle being herded into the slaughter. We have nowhere to go. We're all kind of shuffling to the same place. when in fact there's so much space around us that if we could just jump the fence, like, we would be free. Like, I feel free right now, but it's not gonna last forever. I like having these little escapades, though. It would have been a sexcapade had the prostitute worked out, but no, I kind of, didn't work. Anyways, hope you have a great night tonight. Hope you have a miserable night. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care about, I don't even know you. Like, just to have a night, I guess. Like, try not to die, I guess. Like, and I'm just gonna go walk around more and hopefully, I can just find some peaceful place, but that doesn't exist. So